Good morning, students. Welcome to again fresh class. Introduction is over. Let us start today the first lesson of the 11th class, cell and basic unit of cell and its structures and its functions. Especially we will see already, even though you have learned about the cell, today we will see what are the basic kinds of cells, why the cell is called functional and structural unit of life, and especially about the prokaryotic cell, that means bacteria, and about the eukaryotic cell, any higher animal cell, the difference and particularly complete structural difference of prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Okay, let us start. Okay, already you know that cell is the basic unit of life and all life begins as single cell. Okay, number of organisms are made up of single cell. They are called, suppose some organisms are there, only they are made up of one cell. For example, you know that, for example, amoeba, okay, and chlamydomonas and unicellular, some of them are unicellular, means the whole body is made up of single cell. For example, amoeba, you know, and Establishria and chlamydomonas, okay, and next bacteria. Mainly you see difference is there between the bacterial cell and the amoeba and all. Even though bacteria also unicellular and amoeba also unicellular, chlamydomonas of also unicellular, this amoeba and chlamydomonas, they come under the eukaryotic cell. This comes under the prokaryotic cell. So what does that we want? All the living organisms either unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular examples are amoeba, chlamydomonas, Establishria, bacteria, yeast. Yeast comes under the fungus. Okay, unicellular fungus. Bacteria comes under the, it is also, bacteria are, some are photosynthetic, some are not photosynthetic. This is the simplest cell, smallest cell. Before the virus was found, bacteria was the smallest cell. And amoeba is the protozoan. All protozoans are unicellular animals. Okay, chlamydomonas, it is a unicellular algae. This is also comes under the algae, and bacteria, yeast. All these comes under, all these organisms, amoeba, chlamydomonas, Establishria, bacteria, yeast, all comes under, the whole body is made up of only one cell. That is why they are called unicellular organisms. They maintain all the physiological functions of the body with only single cell. Okay. Now some other organisms are there, their body is made up of multi cells, many cells. For example, you know very well, one you can take man, another you can take plants. Any plants you can multicellular, other than the unicellular plants you can take. Okay, now what is that? Cell is the basic unit of life and structural and functional unit of an organism. Why it is called basic unit? Because all the functions, whatever the living organism needs functions, growth, reproduction, respiration, circulation, all the external, internal functions will be done by only cell. So, but again when it is doing cell, if it is unicellular cell, all the functions will be done by only one cell. If it is multicellular cell, all the functions are done by different cells, and during that cells make a group of cells. Some group of cells make one particular function they do. They are called tissues. So tissues wise, or tissues makes organ. Organ makes organ systems. Organ systems total. One organ system or one group of cells or one organ, they do different functions. So what you will see in the multicellular organisms? In the multicellular organisms you will see division of labor, that which is not there in the unicellular organisms. So now it gives structure. Depending upon the different places, different structures will be there. So it gives basic structure of the anything, just like cell membrane. Inside the cell membrane, protoplasm, particular cell gives particular structure. Different places, different functions. The structures also changes. Okay, this is the smallest unit capable of independent existence and performing the essential functions. First of all, any living organism, this is the smallest unit, and this smallest unit like that cell joins and makes a organism. Okay, first who observed about the cell is the Robert Hooke. Okay, actually exactly meaning of cell is what? A cell is just a vacant place, a room or a corner with 4 walls like that. Okay, so that is why jail cell also, cell means with 4 walls, vacant place like that. So first Robert Hooke observed cork means that dead xylem of the plants. Usually cork material you can observe on the some of the shuttlecock cells or some of the homeopathy bottle cells. You will observe cork with pores and all. So that pores and all, that is a cell material, dead xylem material. So he observed the cork cells and he coined means he gave the name that is a cell. He took from the plant part, he observed the vacant rooms like that places, he gave or he coined the name cell first time. Who has given? Robert Hooke. And next, after that in the 1673, Leeuwenhoek was the first to observe, describe a sketch of free live cell. So Robert Hooke has seen dead cells, and Leeuwenhoek in 1673 observed a living cell. Okay, and all these of course you are familiar very well. Next come to the cell theory. What is the cell theory? Who made the cell theory and what were the points in that? Cell theory first of all formed 2 scientists together, Schleiden and Scaven. These 2 scientists together in 1833 they made the cell theory, means what is the cell, how it is functions and all. And what does it tells? The cell theory tells that bodies of all organisms are made up of cells and their products. Cell and products means what is there inside the cell? Protoplasm. So every cell is made up of a particular shape and all, and inside the products means cell organelles and cell inclusions. We will see what is the difference between cell organelles and cell inclusions afterwards. Okay. So this Schleiden and Scaven, they told that cells are organisms made up of their products and the cells units of the both structural and functional living organism. They observed and they told the cell is the structural and functional unit of the organism. Next person, Rodolphe Virchow, 1855, observed that new cells develop by division of pre-existing. So this is the main thing, that no cell in the existence just like came from the universe. No cell, just like that cell did not come. Actually all of you know that any cell is formed from the first atoms. Already that atoms one we have seen yesterday, other lesson, other video we have seen carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, all the atoms together molecules. Okay, molecules together made compounds, and compounds together make cells. Cells make together tissues organ. This system you know already. So all the cells are made a group of this structure. All the cells are made with the molecules and all, and every cell coming from the pre-existing cell. Suppose one cell has to come, before that one more cell should be there. That cell mitotically divides and makes cells. Okay, so otherwise no cell can be formed. In the laboratory just simply we can see it and make cell, that is not possible. One cell has to divide mitotically and make 2 cells, whether it is multicellular or unicellular. Rodolphe Virchow observed that the new cells develop by division of pre-existing cells. So who told? The scientist names and all, very important for any exam. Rodolphe Virchow. What he did in 1855, he observed that new cells develop by division of pre-existing cells by mitosis. Okay, so what is that is called? This is 1 mark. Omnis cellulae e cellula. This, what is that means? All the cells are coming from pre-existing cells. That is called omnis cellulae e cellula. Okay, that means all cells are coming from ancestry, one common ancestry cells. Okay, one cell is there, one cell already from that one cell other cells are forming. That is called the that was told by Rodolphe Virchow. Okay, now what are the points of the cell theory points? All living organisms are composed of cells and their products. Products means protoplasm, and in the protoplasm cell organelles, nucleus, DNA, RNA, all that. And new cells arise from the pre-existing. These two are the points. What does the cell theory tells? Who told the cell theory and who started first? First point is all living organisms are composed of cells and their products. And second point is new cells arise from pre-existing cells. Okay, so now cell is these 2 points are there. What is the cell overview? Every cell is made up of small mass of protoplasm. What is the meaning of protoplasm? Protoplasm means living substance. Protoplasm means living substance. Protoplasm is equal to cell membrane plus cytoplasm plus nucleus. And cell inside the cell membrane, whatever is there inside the cell membrane, the total substance is called living substance. So this living substance is called protoplasm. Protoplasm means cytoplasm plus nucleus together. And what does this in the cytoplasm are there? In the cytoplasm cell organelles and plus cell inclusions. And all are made up of atoms and molecules. They got life and they are. So every cell is made up of small mass of protoplasm and outer membrane, that is called the cell membrane. Just now I showed you. Okay, as the delimiting means the cell membrane, you see the cell membrane intactly protects whatever substances are there inside the cell. Okay, that is delimiting. They cannot simply flow here and there. This is animal cell, this is plant cell. And plant cells have, outside the plant cell, one more thing you know, that cell wall is there. This is the cell membrane, this is the cell wall. So that is the difference between the plant cell and animal cell. And plant cell has cell wall. Plant cells have a distinct cell wall as its outside boundary outer to the cell membrane. So cells that have membrane bound nuclei are called the eukaryotic cells. This about the eukaryotic and prokaryotic I will explain to you detail in next video. Okay, about the prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Bye.